Shattered Temple. Apparently something is really messed up with the stream. Everything looks to be okay. So we have a ZVZ on the Shattered Temple. Spawning up here in the top position in the red color is our red Zerg player, the hero of today. It's EYEofDARKNES. And spawning across from him in the bottom part of the map, in the blue color, it's his opponent, SweetJ. Now, ZVZ on the Shattered Temple, it's one of the smaller maps in the map pool, or at least it was. I believe it's out of the map pool now, as it is completely old. There's the one Zelnaga tower in the middle of the map that gives kind of free control over most of the main attack pathways. That's kind of the important map feature. A little bit of shenanigans going on. Immediately is SweetJ going for a 9 pool. So we'll see how that pays off for him. This Overlord scouting over here, the only other position where his opponent can spawn. So now he knows his opponent is cross position. So well, we'll see if he still goes for that 9 pool. EYEofDARKNES has also scouted where his opponent is by finding where he isn't. And, I mean, you can see kind of the non-benefit of going for a 9 pool as opposed to a 15 pool like EYEofDARKNES is doing. The supply right now is 15 to 10. Spawning pool and Overlord finish at about the same amount of time for SweetJ and 6 Zerglings on the way. And it's actually a fairly crisp timing for this build. But always the drawback, you have 6 Zerglings, your opponent has right now 14 drones. 14 drones beat 6 Zerglings fairly easily. So I don't think this will do a whole lot of damage. The drone even gets in and sees them headed across the map. So we'll see if we have some attempted counter-aggression from EYEofDARKNES. Maybe try and punish his opponent by hiding a spine crawler in his base. Looks like that might be the plan, but we'll catch up on that later as the Zerglings head out across the map. They are blue and bounding. If you haven't watched my stream before, I do play with the stronger color mod on, as I do have a little bit of trouble seeing some color and some combinations of colors, and this just helps me out, helps it make a more accurate cast for you guys. Spine crawler going down, it's probably not going to finish. The DPS from these Zerglings a little bit too high. That's cancelled by EYEofDARKNES, but the Zerglings go into the mineral line. He had a surround made for him. This isn't the best surround, but it'll do. A couple of drones going down. Let's see how many he got. 2 drones and a cancel on the spine crawler. So that's going to definitely favor EYEofDARKNES, and you see he has a 3 supply lead as we head into the next. There's the attempted spine crawler coming down from EYEofDARKNES in his opponent's base. That will be cleaned up by the drones and the queen. So everything will reset now, and we'll see what the original plan kind of was for EYEofDARKNES as he throws down the Roach Warren immediately. And we might see some attempted counter-aggression very quickly. And especially since he's continually harvesting on this gas geyser. It doesn't look like he's saving up for ling speed. It is going to be some sort of hard roach transition. It's not quite a 7 roach push at this point, but it would be kind of similar. Ling speed on the way for SweetJ. I'm not sure what happened to the music in the background, but it feels really quiet right now. Whole bunch of drones hatching, and we do see he's actually pulled his drones out of the gas geyser once he hit 128 gas, conveniently. But this will help him get more minerals. He'll be able to get his hatchery a little bit earlier. And we do see EYEofDARKNES actually going for a hatchery. So he'll just have these 3 roaches out to defend, and I like that choice. If his opponent was following up with a gigantic Zergling counterattack, these 3 roaches can hold out long enough for him to get more units up. If we look at the units tab, we see it's 2 Zerglings against 3 roaches, so nothing really damaging going on. This Overlord, great position for EYEofDARKNES. Scouting out SweetJ's expansion the second it goes down. There's a spine crawler going down as well for SweetJ, just feeling a little bit safe, although he is a little bit behind right now. Both players supply blocked pretty hard right now. But EYEofDARKNES just getting out that roach count. He's up to 7 now. The 2 Zerglings get in looking for a scout, and all he scouts is just a ton of roaches. So he needs to respond to this now. You see he's selected his larva and not building anything. And a roach warren of his own. Okay, so this is actually going to be a fairly deadly timing from EYEofDARKNES as his 7 roaches move out in a counterattack position across the map. The hatchery is cancelled by SweetJ. He knows he needs to give that up. He needs units right now. or defensive structures. Going for 5 spine crawlers is not the worst decision. Hopefully those can finish. Actually, the roaches have stopped in the middle of the map. So if we look at the vision of SweetJ, he does see everything moving across the map. He even sees the Ling follow-up, and this is going to be pretty deadly. He needs to start worrying about it. If we look at Eye of Darkness vision, he doesn't see all the spine crawlers at the top of the ramp. 5 spines can hold off fairly decently against this army, although they will eventually go down. Eye of Darkness getting in. He knows there's no expansion here thanks to this Overlord given vision. He is going to move up the ramp anyway. There's no units out right now, only these 5 spine crawlers. There are 7 roaches on the way for SweetJ, but this should be able to defend. The Zerglings look like they're going to attempt a little bit of a run by trying to go around the spine crawlers, but now the roaches are out for SweetJ, and this isn't going to do anything. And there go the Zerglings and Eye of Darkness making the right move, getting his expensive roaches out of there, and he'll be able to use those on defense. He knows he's fairly even in terms of roach count right now after scouting everything, and in fact they're exactly even at 7 to 7. But 5 more on the way for both players. A lair, the big advantage that Eye of Darkness has decided to take. He's a little bit ahead economically, and he's had his natural up for longer. So he's deciding to take the tech advantage right now, which I think is a fantastic choice. He'll be able to get Hydralisks or Infestors and hit his next real timing. That 7 roach push kind of hit the anti-timing. SweetJ was able to defend against it. But he'll be able just to continually macro up and get out a good solid army. SweetJ, meanwhile, is going to kind of rest on his defensive laurels. He's got 5 spine crawlers sitting at the top of his ramp. He can move those down to his natural when he's done and feel fairly safe, as there's not really another attack path to the natural. Especially as a Zerg player. It takes about 1.5 years to kill this destructible rock and then this destructible rock to get into your opponent's natural. But interestingly enough, the Spire on the way, I'm not sure, there it is. So the Spire on the way from Eye of Darkness. And of course Spire's pretty good against roaches. Now Eye of Darkness in a little bit of trouble. His opponent has a little bit higher roach count, I believe. Never mind. I'm completely wrong. Eye of Darkness up 14 roaches to 11, and engaging in kind of a weird choke point, which actually helps him out. Now the roach is down the map. He's going to be able to get a bigger concave. And SweetJ just trying to get rid of some of his opponent's workers. But this will set him up at quite a disadvantage. You don't want to trade your army for workers if you can't defend against a counterattack. So maybe assuming that his 5 spine crawlers will be enough, SweetJ trying to retreat now. And immediately force back. There's 8 more roaches on the way. Eye of Darkness might be able to pick off 1 or 2 of these. He doesn't have roach speed, so these are traveling at exactly the same speed. We do see the mass spine crawler evacuation headed down to the natural. If those can get up by the time the roaches get to his base, he should be fine. Especially with these extra roaches rallying out. And SweetJ should be able to hold this off as well. Now the spine crawler's poking away and Eye of Darkness going to fall back. And again, we've hit a really weird stage of the ZVZ. Both players just kind of escalating everything. If we look at the workers killed, we see he got 8 more out of that, so 10 to 1. But the actual units tab, Eye of Darkness up by 4 Mutalisks, and of course he has that tech advantage, which is so key. He's got Mutalisks on the way before his opponent's lair has really been started. The Overlord going down back here will supply block Eye of Darkness. That's just a little bit inconvenient for him. We do see he's up by 16 supply. Most of that's in army size. I'll actually bring up that tab for you. 44 supply to 26 in that army count. And SweetJ doing a good job just keeping his economy up. He's floating a lot of gas, which means that whatever transition that he makes out of this layer tech will be very powerful. He'll be able to pop out, 6 or 7 Mutalisks, or that's like 5 or 6 Infestors. Those are really good transitions for him to hit. Eye of Darkness, meanwhile, is trying to get up a couple of Mutalisks. He's going to go around and harass his opponent's Overlords that have been really spread out around the map. There's one right here. That'll be picked up by Queens. And really nicely done by Eye of Darkness, he's actually evacuated his Mutalisks so that they're not spotted by this Overlord. So we'll see kind of what comes into the vision. Oh, did he see that Mutalisk popping? That could be a really key bit of information for him. And he might have seen it right there. And in fact, he did. There's 2 Spore Crawlers coming down immediately from SweetJ. Really nicely done. He's going to lose a lot of these Overlords in the middle of the map eventually, which is really annoying. So we'll see if these mutas can get any damage done before the spore crawlers finish. Getting into his opponent's base. And immediately targeting down the queen. That's a great target to go after first. And he's getting a lot of good scouting information. The spore crawler is going to do a lot of damage, as is the second one. And now he's just going to harass the overlords. Again, there's 3 of them out in the middle of the map that are very vulnerable, and that would supply block him. Eye of Darkness has knocked down the rocks at his gold base. And trying to get in here, he's going to pick off another queen. That's really well done by Eye of Darkness. He's lost 1 Mutalisk so far, which isn't horrible. And he's gotten a great scout out. Now these overlords in the middle of the map will be sacrificed to the Mutalisks. Look at the resources lost tab we see slightly in favor of Eye of Darkness so far. But SweetJ making that important transition to deal with Mutalisks, getting Infestors, getting Pathogen Glands. I mean, looking really solid just in terms of transitioning from both players. Eye of Darkness doesn't want to commit too much more. He's getting Flyer Attacks level 1 and more Mutalisks, which just show me that he's committed to these. But if he gets them all fungled at one point, this transition is basically for nothing. He's done a good amount of damage right now. He's supply blocked SweetJ, which is really annoying. He's actually making 8 overlords right now. He had to remake all of his queens, so his resources are going to pile up because he's not going to be able to use them right now. And the Mutalisks coming in. They do have +1 attack, which means that these spores aren't as effective as they used to be. He can even pick away. He could get that Evo chamber, although it doesn't look like that's what he wants to go after. He's actually targeting down the spore crawlers right now. There goes the queen. One Mutalisk falls, and that's actually all that he's lost so far. Looks like only 2 or 3 have gone down. There's still more spore crawlers though, so it's fairly well defended. Now the next queen going to go down as well, and that one gone. He's down to 0 queens again, and targeting down the infestation pit. If he can get that, that's key. Although there are 10 infestors on the way, and they will have that pathogen glands upgrade. So he almost doesn't need to make more the rest of the game. But the infestation pit is gone, and Eye of Darkness going to get out of there happy with that damage. One more Mutalisk falls kind of weirdly after the fact. The one spore crawler at the front able to target it down. And there are all the infestors. So right now SweetJ sitting on an army of 11 roaches and 10 infestors. So each roach has their own infestor buddy to go with them. Except for one lone roach, which is unfortunate for him. Third base attempted to go up from SweetJ. That's going to... I don't know. Will it be destroyed? Will it have to be cancelled? The fungal's doing a lot of damage to these extra roaches. Got the base. They caught about half the Mutalisks. So that transition not paying for itself really. Eye of Darkness hiding a base over here. And taking his 3rd gold base as well. So he's up by 2 bases right now. How many drones is he up? He's up by about 20 drones. And everything looking great, but this is just a ridiculous Zerg defense. The Infestors and the Spine Crawlers mean that Eye of Darkness can't push in here with really any army at this point. You need Ultralisks or something of that variety in order to really attack SweetJ at this point. But SweetJ going to feel starved out. He's throwing down his 3rd again. And we'll see how that works out for him. There are still quite a few Mutalisks left, although we should see Eye of Darkness transition into something else, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Bring down the infestation pit somewhere. There it is. What a weird place for the infestation pit, but it's going down. We actually see he's still committed to these Mutalisks. He's going for +2 flyer attacks and making more. I don't like that decision at all. After seeing so many infestors on the field, and SweetJ actually going to go for an attack now. He's got 9 infestors still with a lot of energy for that fungal growth. 28 roaches, at least in his control group. I haven't actually counted. Eye of Darkness should know that this is coming though. He's only got roaches and lings back to defend right now. And fungal growths are going to be gigantic. These lings have been fungal, they're not doing any damage. The roaches now trying to pick away what they can. The Mutalisk is forced to return home, and all the roaches going down for Eye of Darkness. His supply is dropping, although he still has a pretty significant lead. Infested Terrans all over the gold base, and the roaches are moving in now into the natural of Eye of Darkness. A lot of Zerglings have been gathered up, although they're unupgraded against 1-0 roaches. These infestors not even really needed in that battle. Although they did pop up just in case they needed the fungal growth. Zerglings over here trying to deal with the infested Terrans. That base goes down. Roaches getting into the mineral line, but the Mutalisks will be able to clean them up eventually unless SweetJ wants to come out and fungal them. It doesn't look like that's